Right, guys, we are done with control structures. Now we want to look at loops. We will need to move a little bit faster. Right, why do we need loops? Loops, we write loops when we want to write programs that iterate. What do I mean when I say write programs that need to iterate? Maybe you want to print something multiple times, right? Let's say you want to print numbers from 1 to 100. If you want to print numbers from 1 to 100, can you actually write like this? Print 1, right? Let me show you. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? You can print like this, right? Right. Let's say you want to print 1,000,000 numbers. Is it okay to use this method? It will take you a very long time, and it doesn't give that productivity that we need when you're developing a software, right? So that's why we need loops. They make it easier for us when you are writing code, right? Now, as you can see here we have created a list. Right? If you still remember, I said, if you want to identify a list, you look at the type of brackets. If they are box brackets, it means it's a list. If they are round brackets, it means it's a tuple. If they are curly brackets, it means it's a dictionary. You should remember those 3 things, right? To make life easy for you. So we have got a list that has got 4 elements, which are colors: red, blue, green, black. So we want to write a program using a loop. That program should loop through the list and print everything that is in the list. So this is the format that we use, right? You write the keywords that are here are 4. Then you create a temporary variable. Remember, this is a temporary variable. For C in, then you write the name of the list. So we are saying for each C, which is a variable. Let me replace C with a variable, right? For variable, let's say for each variable C that is in our list color C, print it. For each variable C that is in our list color list, print it. So for C in color list, print C, right? So what the code is going to do here, it's going to create a temporary variable C. Then it's going to look at the list that is color list. Then patoti print C, it is going to loop through the whole program. It will print everything that is in here, right? It will print everything that is in here. We can actually add something here. Let's say we add yellow. You see, it will just yellow will be printed here, right? So this is this is a special type of list. 4 temporal variable in. So the keywords are 4 and in. So between 4 and in, you have to create a temporary. You give it any name. You can call it Sadza, you can call it Munda, you can call it Musuva, you can use any name, right? For each Musuva in the plate of Sadza, then print everything, right? We are done here. Right, so now we want to look at the range. Briefly, we just went through range at Nonyatsoinda. Some guys were sending me messages saying, we don't understand loops, we don't understand. I said, hold your horses, guys, hold your horses, guys. Don't move with such a speed you understand. Just slow down a bit. We are going to cover loops. So the time is now. So this is an example of range, right? Range, it gives you a range of numbers from 0 to this number minus 1. Right? So if the number is 4, it means it prints a range from 0 to 3. Right? Basically, it simply means it's printing 4 numbers. So we use the same syntax here. 4, A, which is temporal variable, in range of 4 numbers, starting from 0 to 3. Print A. So we print everything here. If we want to print 100 numbers, we print them in seconds. Fair. We are done. These are 100 numbers from 0 up to 99. Right? If you want to print 1000 numbers, you can also do the same. You see, all the numbers have been printed. You see, if you want to see whether your program is still executing, kana personal number, if there is a star, an asterisk, it means the program is still in execution. But kana personal asterisk pani number, it means program yapedza to execute. You see, this star means the program is still executing because we have created a range of numbers. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3. This is 100,000. So 100,000 has just been executed in milliseconds. In milliseconds. That's the range. Right? If you still remember, range A, if we use these two numbers inside the range, it means we are starting from 2 and ending at this number minus 1. That's the range that we are printing. So, for that range, the first number is the initial number. That's the start number. For example, in this syntax. 4. That's 4. Variable, which is this. In. Right? Then range. Range is a keyword. Then the first number is the start number. Then 7 is end number. End number. It should be minus 1. But it end number minus 1. So it means from 2 to 6. Right? Right. Another different type here range has got 3 numbers. 3 numbers is simply means it is going to generate numbers from 2 to 5 numbers from 2 to this number minus at minus 1, because if you try to dry run this, by dry running I mean you can take a piece of paper. We can do it together. Then you write your first number is going to be 2, right? Then forget about the last number. I want you to concentrate on 2. Then go to this last number, which is 5. 5 simply means we are incrementing by this number. So from 2, we add 5. We go to 7, right? From 7, we add 5. We go to 12. From 12, we add 5. We go to 17. From 17, if we add 5, it means we are going to surpass this number, right? So which means we are only going to print these numbers from 2 to 17. This is how you dry run it. So if you come across a question, maybe it's a multiple choice question or what, you have to dry run it. You have to find a pen and a paper and do the calculations manually so that you identify which numbers are going to be printed. That's how we do it. Now I want to look at an example here. The following example counts the number of even and odd numbers from a series of numbers. We all know my odd numbers, my even numbers. So we've got a number line here now from 1 to 9. This is a tuple. Remember, round brackets means tuple, square brackets means lists, and curly brackets means dictionaries. So we initialize our tuple. Then we have to initialize also the variable that is going to hold all the odd numbers, and initialize the variable that is going to hold all the even numbers. Then we write our if statement. Don't worry about the sometimes you don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is indenting. I want to show you how indenting is coming out here. Right, so we write our loop for x, which is the variable, in numbers, in tuple, which means everything chicharana chichilupa through 1 to 9, right? Next, x modulus 2. You remember we did the modulus sign. Modulus means if we divide x, right? If we divide x by 2, what remainder are we going to get, right? So if you write this statement like this, let's break this code. Let's rip it apart so that you understand, right? You understand. Let's take it like this. Let's just take this, right? I just want you guys to understand what this means. To understand what this means. True. Then we have to x is equal to false, right? Else print so what we want to do, what I want to demonstrate here is I just want to show you that x modulus 2 means if we divide x by 2, what are we going to what number are we going to get? Is there going to be a remainder, right? That's what we want to see here. That's what we want to see here. Oh, sorry. Let's use 0 and 1, right? Let's say 0 is for false and 1 is for true, right? Right. Let's say our number is 23. Let's say 23. Let's say we have 23. Right. This simply means if you divide x by 2, this will return true. But if your x divided by 2, you are going to get a remainder, then it's true. Right? If you are not going to get a remainder, then it's false. Right? So this statement is like a Boolean statement. My Boolean statement, my statements are not sure true or false. So it means 23, if it's going to be divided by 2, we are going to get remainder 1, which means this is true. Saka you knows what my odd numbers is it comma divided by 2. We will always get a remainder of what? Get a remainder either of 1 or what. But if the number is even, if you divide by 2, the remainder is always going to be 0, right? This is what I did. So sorry. If we use, let's say 10, right? It's going to be false, which means this is not an odd number. Because if you divide 2 into 10, you're going to get a remainder of 0. So we are done with this. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. Right, let's go back to our code. Parabatachiti numbers, this is a tuple, blah blah blah, for x in A. So we are saying if x is divided by 2 and it gets a remainder, it means means number is odd number. Else the number is even number. Saka takuita dry run pana. Let's dry run. Loop redo pana 1. X with pana 1. Which means 1 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2, do we get remainder 0? No. So it's odd. And 2, tapana 2. 2 divided by 2, our remainder is going to be 0. So we skip this line. We go bana. We end up on 3. 3 divided by 2, we get remainder 1. You add up. And so you can try run which means if you run this code, it will give us my even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8. We only have 4. And the rest are odd numbers. Right? Go and try again this code and try to understand it. Right? Next, we are going to look at let's cut this video. We don't want it to be very long.